what did you think about that video?
All I can see is a mother who is alone. Somebody who is depressed, because that is a state of depression. You're supposed to have all the support that you can get.
We cannot particularly say that this is the problem of this woman, but what came to mind was that this person is depressed. For her to have birthed two babies together and they are almost looking like they could suffocate each other, because I'm sure that a lot of people are still alien to the fact that there is something called postpartum depression. Most times,
Yes,
mothers don't know what is wrong
you
with
are very
them.
correct. This time I was working in the hospital, and then there was this lady that came to give birth. Trust me, she came alone, and then she had a prolonged labor. So we were asking after the husband. We could not reach the husband. And then after, the labor was successful, she gave birth to that child. And when we were eventually able to reach the husband and ask the husband to come, the husband came to the hospital, and then we're like, where have you been? We've been trying to reach you. I mean, your wife was in labor for hours. But like, oh, I'm sorry, I went to watch match. I am not joking.
Amazing you, how are you doing? Welcome to Chat Hour. If you're stopping by for the very first time, welcome and thank you. And if you are returning, you are the real MVP. Welcome and thank you. And as you can see that I'm not alone, I am in the car with a very beautiful, lovely, fantastic Queen. Yes, our name is Queen and she's a professional nurse. So she's going to be joining me in talking about the topic for today on this episode. Today we are talking postpartum depression. Now, before we go on, please do not forget to click on the subscribe button and turn on the notification bell so that once I post, you'll always be the first to see it. Thank you. I'm going to cue a video, and this video prompted this topic that we are talking about today. Now, take a look. Queen, what did you think about that video?
All I can say about that video is just a mother who doesn't really, I don't want to say doesn't care about the babies, but all I can see is a mother who is alone. Somebody who is depressed, because that is a state of depression. I mean, you have your babies. You are not supposed to be handling two babies at the same time. You're supposed to have all the support that you can get, either from your friends or from your family. She just seems alone. And where is her husband?
Oh my God. Yeah. So exactly. Once I saw that, it was what prompted this particular topic. And the only thing that could come to mind was, oh my God, is this not what they call postpartum depression? And I'm like, okay, so who do I speak about this with? And then Queen came to mind. Thank you so much, Queen, for honoring this invitation to be in the car with me.
I'm happy to be here.
Yeah, thank you indeed. All right. So Queen, I understand that the birth of a child, of a baby, can start variety of powerful emotions, from joy and excitement to fear and anxiety. And sometimes it could also mean that you have something that you don't even expect at all, and that is depression. And within 2 to 3 days of giving birth to a baby, the mother can have what is called baby blues.
Yes, please.
And that can last for like 2 weeks.
Yes. So the thing is, baby blues sometimes is being mistaken for postpartum depression.
Oh, really?
Yes. So I think the main difference between baby blue and postpartum depression is the timing. So the thing is, whilst baby blue can just be for about a few days to maximum of 2 weeks. So once it extends beyond 2 weeks and the symptoms that surrounds it aggravate, then it becomes postpartum depression.
Okay.
So yes, 3 keywords: postpartum and depression. So post means after. Partum means childbirth. Depression is just a feeling of low emotion, a negative emotion that somebody experiences. Now, there are so many underlying causes of depression which we're not really going to dive into. But the thing is, when somebody gives birth, normally when if you visit someone who gives birth, you're expected to see joy all over the place. Everywhere should be pink and excitement here and there. But if reverse be the case, and then the person becomes sad, down, automatically that is the person is already getting slightly depressed. But if it is just for 2 days, 3 days, a week or two, and then after it is gone, that's just baby blue.
Okay.
So now the symptoms of this baby blue is irritability. You see the person get irritated easily at the cry of your child, like at the sound of your child's cry. You're supposed to be, oh, look how cute he is crying.
Yeah.
It should be, everything the child does should interest you. But then you're irritated. You're like, and again, another thing, you find it so hard to sleep. Not that the baby is disturbing you. The baby might be sleeping, but you yourself, you're not even sleeping. You're not in a state of wellness that you want to sleep. Because for somebody to sleep, you have to be in a state of wellness, like a good state. Then you sleep. So you don't want to sleep. And then they say you should eat. You're not eating. Lack of appetite. In medicine, we'll call it anorexia. So you don't want to eat. And normally, when you have a child, that is when you should even be eating more because you are breastfeeding. So you need to be eating and gaining adequate nutrients for you to be supplying your baby with. But then you're not able to eat. You're not able to sleep. These are signs of postpartum depression. So when you see somebody who just had a baby and is rejecting food, not sleeping, having irritations towards the child or even towards people around, then always lost in thoughts, like you're just there, you're lost. Even your baby is crying, you don't even hear, and they tap you and hey, oh, sorry, oh, okay. You don't feel the zeal to even connect with your child. That is baby blue.
That is baby blue. When does it now go to postpartum depression?
Now, when it goes to postpartum depression, you see, when you're not able to bond with your child at all, that is, you can see that there is a difference now. You're not just irritated, but you find it so hard to bond with your own child. I mean, the child that you carried in your womb for 9 months, you're not bonding with that child, and you are trying to push people away.
Wow, because I saw a movie, and in the movie, this character kept saying that a child hates her because every time she could not bond with the child, basically. So every time she wants to carry the child, or because the child is not used to her too, because she wasn't really carrying the child, so the child would cry, and maybe when the nanny comes around, the child will stop crying. So she would go, oh, you can see she hates me so much. My own child hates me, you know.
In fact, there is another thing called postpartum psychosis. It might even be that when the depression gets too much for over months and years, and it is coming with series of violence, no matter how much the violence is, it is already becoming postpartum psychosis.
So is that greater than
that is
postpartum depression?
Yes, it is.
That's like the extreme. Is that where people commit suicide?
Yes. So I think this postpartum psychosis is a complication that arises from postpartum depression.
Oh, so it leads to it if it's not quickly taken care of.
Yes, if not taken care of.
Oh, interesting.
If left untreated or uncared for, it becomes postpartum psychosis. And that case, the baby is not even safe. The baby is not safe. That's where you see some people. I think I've read stories one time of somebody that birthed a child and then just wanted to go and throw the baby away.
Oh my God.
Yes. How can you birth a child and then you want to throw your baby away? You're being violent to that child. Because you were sad. From baby blue, you were sad. You were irritated. You were crying. Some people cry. They cry unnecessarily. They just cry randomly, no reason, nothing. They cry. So you were sad. You started crying, no reason to justify your tears or anything, and then it aggravates for more than 2 weeks, and then it becomes postpartum depression, and then you cannot bond with the baby. You can't even bond with your partner. You can't even bond with people around you. Let me take the Igbos, for example. There's something they call omugo. Imagine giving birth and then somebody, your mother-in-law is coming to do an omugo for you. You should bond. That's a scenario for you to even bond with her the more.
Fantastic. So is it every woman, every mother who goes through baby blues? Because I see that when they give birth, they go, oh my God, the first time I saw you and I held you in my hands, oh, I felt this bond, I felt this joy. Could it be that they're just saying it for saying sake? Or is it that, there are people who don't even experience it at all?
Baby blues is common, but it is not for everyone. So the thing is, and one thing that even causes baby blue is the situation surrounding your birth. Hormonal changes can also cause this thing because there is an hormone called progesterone. Progesterone is pregnancy hormone. That's the hormone that lets you know that, oh, you are pregnant. So, if you are pregnant and your body knows that you're pregnant, definitely your body will know that you are expecting a baby. And your mind, the brain controls the body. So the brain will tell you that you are expecting a baby, and when the baby arrives, your body is supposed to know that this is my baby. I should bond with my baby. This
Yeah.
baby is a part of me. I should bond. But if you're now not able to do that, it could be a reduction in the production of that, in the secretion of that hormone in the system.
Okay.
So that is where
So does it answer the question of, is it every mother?
it's not every mother, because everybody cannot be having hormonal imbalance. I mean, there are people who, when they give birth, you see them bonding a lot. Oh my God, I don't want to leave my baby. They don't even want to give you the baby to hold.
Okay.
They act all giddy,
So
excited. And
that is
everything.
clear.
That is very clear. It's not for
every
everybody.
woman.
It's just circumstances and situations that make some people experience baby blue, but it's not every woman that experiences baby blue.
Interesting. Let's get back to that video that we saw. We cannot particularly say that this is the problem of this woman, but what came to mind was that this person is depressed. For her to have birthed 2 babies together and they are almost looking like they could suffocate each other.
They were actually suffocating.
You get, it was as if I should just put my hands into the screen and then just pull them out, because I'm like, what mother does this? It looks like she does not have help or something. Can that alone lead to depression? Because the way she was even moving, everything was just signaling depression. It was just like a red flag. Depression.
Okay, if you go back to that video, I observed her movement, her gait. So she wasn't even working like somebody that knew where she was going. She was sorry to use this word, but that was like a state of hopelessness that let me, we didn't see her face to even show us her facial expression, but she looked like she looked like somebody who had already given up. Like she was not just, when you are working excitedly, people that work with excitement, you see them, and somebody that is working and you're not even concerned, you're not even using your 2 hands to support the baby at the back. When you carry a baby, even if it's one baby, you use your hand to support, to even be sure the baby is well strapped. But these 2 babies, and you're not even bothered, you're just like, your hands are just there flaccid, and you're just working on your own. All I see is somebody who, like I said earlier, somebody who doesn't have any support system.
Interesting.
That's what I see.
Okay. So now let's help people, because I don't even know, even when we say it's in the urban area like this, how about the rural areas? Because I'm sure that a lot of people are still alien to the fact that there is something called postpartum depression. And it is, when I was doing my research, I actually found out somewhere that it's the people around them that would even help them to know what is wrong with them, because most times mothers don't know what is wrong with them. You are very
correct.
So how do we now help mothers generally? Because I understand that there is antenatal clinic that they go to, and I'm sure that there they get to tell them different things, but I'm not sure whether a lot of people pay attention or everybody attends antenatal.
Okay, so first of all, so in order to let people to allow mothers know about this, the first thing is creation of awareness. Anything that has to do with challenges and problems like this, government needs to create more awareness, because the more people are aware, the more people know, the more life it saves. And another thing, like you rightly said earlier, that these mothers, they don't even know they are depressed or anything. They don't know. Even somebody that is depressed, if you even tell them that you look depressed, they tell you, I'm not depressed.
I get it. So to them, it's just the loose word depression. You know how you can just use it carelessly.
They know it's a big word, but they know it's a big word. They are feeling that way, but they don't want anybody to point it out to them that that's how they are feeling. Because at that point, the word is like an insult to them, or like a plague, and they are using it on them. So they don't even want to accept it. Hardly will you see somebody that they will say you're depressed, and they say, yes, I agree, I'm depressed. No, they will say, I'm not depressed, I'm good, I'm fine. They don't even want you to come near them. So now this is where this is what people should now do. The moment you have somebody around you that has a baby, that newly just have a baby, I feel like as humanity, it's okay for us to just take it upon ourselves to observe these persons.
Okay.
If we observe any low emotions, any negative behavior, either towards themselves or towards the people around them or towards the child, when you know that they should be excited about their baby and they should be having positive feeling, going about with positivity, please alert people, or allow their family members. Let them know that something is wrong somewhere. Let them get shrinks or therapists, or to talk to them. Let them just get them to be well treated or something. Because these people, when they are left alone by themselves with their problems, or when people like turn blind eyes to these things they are going through, like I said, it will just become postpartum depression, postpartum psychosis.
Oh my
And they
God.
will say, this person just gave birth to, this person lost it to. They will not say, some people will say, na blood enter in head, the blood of the birth. It's not.
I get. People say different things. I get it.
I'm sure you would have heard it one time. Maybe something happens to a mother who just give birth, maybe after 1 week, and they will say, now the blood, maybe they no pack the blood finish. That's
interesting. That's so illiterate.
Okay. You understand?
Yes.
That's why I said awareness. So government should health educate people. Health education in all the medical facilities available. In fact, it should be talked about in the postnatal and prenatal or antenatal visits. For every antenatal visit, don't just tell them the supplements they need to take. Don't just tell them the medication. Don't just tell them to do exercise. Let them know that there is something called postpartum depression. Explain it to them. Explain what it can aggravate to. Let them know that it can actually hurt them and their children. At that time that they are still pregnant, they are sane. But they are very, very
okay. Let me interrupt you because I know that there is peripartum too, and that starts from pregnancy and then it continues after childbirth.
Yes, this happens to some people as well, like I said, but I feel like the most serious and severe one is this postpartum, and it is just not talked about the way it should.
Because I learned that when it comes to this depression that mothers have after childbirth, I learned that it is not a weakness, it is not a flaw, that it is just, something that should be treated. Because a lot of people might not know it. They might just think that, why is this person behaving like this? And then
it is not a weakness, because sometimes for the most part, they can't control it. It's not something that is within their control. Because to be candid, if it is within their control, they will not have it. Nobody would, in his right sense, would tell you, I want to feel sad. I just have a child and I want to be sad. No, nobody. And like I said, one of the causes of this thing, so unwanted pregnancy can cause it.
So that one starts, that is peripartum. Like
pregnancy.
You just start from the time you conceive.
Do you understand? There is nobody wants the child. You've been sent out of the house. You can never be excited. Like, you can't even identify who the father of the child is. Or even though you identify the father, and then the person, we see people that say, oh, it's not my child, go away, and they just leave the mothers, the women, on their own.
I get it.
That alone can cause it.
Interesting.
Another factor that can cause it that people don't even talk about at all is, when we're talking about these women, let's also talk about their partners. I feel like men should take it upon themselves to compliment their wives more when they give birth.
Okay.
Don't even make them feel out of shape. Don't make them feel bad. Don't make them feel less attractive. Don't even make them feel less of themselves. Because, when women, when they give birth, they feel like, I'm going out of shape. I'm not attractive anymore. He doesn't want to come close to me. He's not touching me. That alone is making them sad. So if they are sad, how can somebody who is sad take care of a child?
I get it.
And then it aggravates, it grows. So some underlying causes of this postpartum depression can actually be controlled. Because let me give you an instance. So this time I was working in the hospital, and then there was this lady that came to give birth. Trust me, she came alone. And then she had a prolonged labor. So we were asking after the husband. We could not reach the husband. And then after, the labor was successful, she gave birth to that child. And when we were eventually able to reach the husband and ask the husband to come, the husband came to the hospital, and then we're like, where have you been? We've been trying to reach you. I mean, your wife was in labor for hours. I was like, oh, I'm sorry, I went to watch match. I am not joking.
That is the most careless thing to say. You went to watch match.
To watch match. Like, that was what he said. I mean, I've seen a lot. He said he went to watch match. At the detriment of your wife's and your baby's life. You went to watch match.
No, partners need to do better.
Partners need to do better. I mean, it actually starts with them, because they are the ones living in the house with you. I mean, the other day I saw a video on X or what platform. This man, the wife just had a child, and he was doing everything for the wife. He started from bathing the wife. He took the wife to the bathroom.
Oh, I think I saw it. Change the pad.
He was changed. Exactly. He changed the pads. He made food. He made food for the wife. He served the wife. Why that woman will have postpartum.
Men can take a cue from that.
Exactly. This is the time to come closer to your wife. Compliment them.
So now we're going to hear from and hear our experience as somebody who has 2 children. I have got the very lovely, vivacious, wonderful, exquisite Okoche in the car. is married with two children, and that is why she's very suitable for this discussion. I did not just go and bring somebody who cannot relate. Thank you.
For my second daughter, I had this severe throat pain.
Oh,
I couldn't talk for
that's
a
after
week.
childbirth.
Yes, after childbirth. I couldn't speak, like literally speak for a week. I would write, just trying to communicate what I wanted to say. I couldn't speak. I'm not joking.
So did that not affect the way you were behaving? That is, would I now say that, will that lead to like some depression, or that's depression on its
exactly
on its
like I said, it is in the handling, that now becomes the issue. Because the truth is, you are with a newborn who needs your attention, who needs your love, who needs your care, right? And you are also having to deal with your own physical, issues. So it's very easy for depression to set in because you're dealing with your own emotions. You're dealing with what your physical body is going through. And then you also have to cater to a newborn. You have to give them that care, love, and attention that they need. Which of course I also suggest to a lot of other women, is try to have a support system. A very good support system.
So what does that mean? Your husband, a help, your parents?
Yes. Anyone you can find, anyone you can get, drag them. You need that support. You need people to be around you to take care of you, because you are taking care of the child. You need somebody to take care of you.
It must have been very difficult for certain people, because I have heard stories of people say that they gave birth to their children by themselves. They did not have any assistance, and then they went on to taking care of the children. Some people would say that their husbands were not around at the time. Way back when you hear all of these stories. And that time, we were not even aware of anything called postpartum depression.
Yeah, because we didn't know what it was.
We didn't know what it was. I'm sure a lot of people had gone through a lot of things. Thank you so much, Queen, for being on Chat Hour. I hope that you have learned as much as I have learned today. Thank you so much for watching. What exactly are your thoughts about this video? I'd like to know. Please drop in the comment section. Now, please do not forget to subscribe to this channel, on the notification bell. Share this video, and also like this video. Give me a big thumbs up. Till I come your way again, let the conversation continue.